Okay, there we go. So really quick, we're going to start off with some announcements. Our epidemiology division will go ahead and give updates on COVID-19 flu, RSV. We have Crystal from our clinics to give an update on vaccines. And then we'll talk about the Healthy School Initiative from our tobacco program. So just a couple quick announcements. Again, the Pima County's, I jumped ahead. The biweekly PCHD Youth and School Community Newsletter is out. You can click on this link on this PowerPoint. If you are not subscribed to it, you can go ahead and subscribe. They come out bi-weekly, and this is how you would receive the recordings of these meetings, as well as any additional resources that your school may have, either mental or physical health related needs. The Pima County Schools page is continuing to be updated. For any sort of resources, please visit our website. So next, I'm going to pass it over to our epidemiology division. Is someone from Epi here? Oh, I am sorry. Let me fix that for you. I apologize, Alan. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me know if that worked, Eliana. Oh, and your mic is still disabled. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Yeah, let's try that. Um, Give me 1 second. I do apologize for this. Let me see. Yeah, as we figured this out, we can go ahead and move over to Crystal if she wants to go ahead while we figure out the technical difficulties on our end. Crystal, are you available?
Yes, I am
Okay.
ready. Hi, everybody. This is Crystal Rambo, Vaccine Preventable Disease Program Manager. I wanted to give you an additional update after the last update I provided on this meeting. Last time we talked about some RSV products. So I want to talk a little bit more about that and then give you a more complete update on the new COVID shots. And last time that had not yet been fully released. So I wanted to make sure we came back around to that information as well. Can you advance the slide, please? Thank you. So Abrysvo, which is one of the RSV products that was recently approved for people over 60, was also recently recommended for administration to pregnant women with the intent of providing passive immunity to RSV for the infant shortly after birth. So that was recommended as a single dose for pregnant women between 32 and 36 weeks if it's between the months of September and January, with the intent of protecting infants through the RSV season. So that is a very exciting approval and a good move for our babies who are very susceptible to RSV. Next slide. And then on to COVID, what they did determine with the new COVID recommendations for the new updated vaccines is that they do reduce the odds of suffering the effects of long COVID. The new updated formulation is designed to protect against the XBB family of Omicron variants so that they're more effective against what is actually circulating in our community. They can be given at the same time as other vaccinations. We do know that our COVID vaccine program is moving more to an annual setup, similar to what we do currently with influenza. And it is safe while lactating and during pregnancy, so it can provide passive immunity to the newborn if given to the mother during pregnancy as well. Next slide. So as far as the recommendations go, everyone who's 5 and older should get a single updated Pfizer or Moderna to be considered up to date. People who are moderately or severely immunocompromised can get additional doses of Pfizer or Moderna with a 2-month spacing. And children who are 6 months to 5 years may need multiple doses of the updated COVID, including at least getting a single dose of the updated formulation to be considered up to date. So it depends on what they had at a previous time. Let's see, there's a question in the chat. Can RSV vaccines be given at the same time as the flu and COVID shots are given? Yes. So co-administration is both allowable and in many cases recommended so that people can have that protection throughout the respiratory season. So what we're basically telling people is that when you go to the pharmacy or you go to your provider, whatever you're recommended to get as far as respiratory vaccines, go ahead and get them all now. And if they're safe and if they are deemed appropriate for your medical condition, then that would be a good idea to get them at that time. Next slide, please. One question we're getting a lot is if you were recently infected or recently vaccinated, how does that impact your ability and your eligibility to be vaccinated with the updated formulation? So if you're recently infected, you can wait some sources say 6 months. We're generally saying 3 months to get vaccinated, but you can elect to be vaccinated immediately, so you don't have to wait. But if you want to and you're not a high-risk individual, you can wait 3 months, but you can also just seek vaccination immediately. If you were recently vaccinated with the previous formulation of COVID vaccines, you would want to wait the 2 months to receive the updated version, and that is a firm guideline as opposed to the 3-month kind of optional waiting period. So you would definitely want to put the 2 months between your previous dose and your dose of the updated formulation. Next slide. So as far as side effects, we get a lot of questions about that as well. The good news is it's a very similar side effect profile to the previous formulations. So for many people, they've had one or several of these vaccines in the past. I would be expecting them to have very similar side effects this time around. Fatigue, swelling, redness at the injection site, they can get fever, headache, nausea, diarrhea, just kind of the normal things that we see with vaccination. And of course, there's always a very remote chance of some kind of severe allergic reaction, but that's extremely rare. And if they've had doses before, there's really no reason to be super concerned about that. Next slide. Availability has been relatively complex this round of vaccine releases just because they have moved to a commercial market as opposed to before where all the COVID vaccines were a federal asset. So now for people who have private insurance or uninsured adults, they can get their vaccines at pharmacies. So if you're an uninsured adult, Walgreens and CVS at select locations have doses for uninsured adults. And for privately insured people, they can go to any of the commercial pharmacies. Our health department clinics, previously we have had doses for uninsured people of all ages and children on access. We just today received some inventory for people who have private insurance. I would be expecting us to have those in our clinics and ready to go in the next day or two. So will be an option for people who have private insurance as well. And then we do expect that some private providers will continue to carry COVID, although probably less after commercialization. So if you have a private provider that you previously got COVID from, we recommend that you contact them directly to see if they have it this time around. It should be covered by most major insurance plans. I've heard that that's still kind of being worked out and there are some kinks there. So if you have concerns, really your best bet would be to contact your individual insurance plan to make sure that it's covered. And like I said, for anybody who doesn't have insurance or who's underinsured, we have doses at the health department clinics available. Next slide. And then these are just some resources for anybody who wants to do any like further research or who has like kind of questions after the presentation. These are here and you can always email me with questions as well. That concludes my update unless there's any questions.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and go back to our epidemiology division. And Annika, do you are you able to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
I can
awesome.
unmute. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you, Christopher. I will go ahead and give a brief respiratory update, focusing on COVID-19, RSV, and flu, as we have been getting some questions, and we are about to embark in our new 2023-2024 flu season. Regularly starts in week 40 of the year. That is the MMWR week, and that is the first week of October, so this week. For COVID-19, no change in metrics since May. I do keep restating that these are different from what was being reported on prior to May, prior to public health emergency ending. I have linked here both a CDC on the left side of the screen and on the right side are COVID-19 data reports that are available on our website. For what's available at CDC, the main metric is that is guiding our respiratory preventions for COVID-19 specifically are COVID-19 new hospitalizations, new hospital admissions in Pima County. And for the week that ended on September 16th, the number of hospitalizations per 100,000 was 2. This is a slight increase from the week prior. However, it's still below the 10 per 100,000 marker or metric that signifies the low level for COVID-19 hospital admissions. We are seeing a slight uptick in all the metrics that we do report on our website. So slight uptick in cases, slight decrease actually on our ED visits, emergency department visits for COVID-19 compared to the prior week. And like I said, just a slight uptick on the hospitalization level. However, it continues to be low, and that's what the left side of the screen signifies. No change in the last few months. Continues to be green on the low and same recommendations apply. Next slide. This comes from our ADHS dashboard, which actually just got updated today. So if you were to click on that link, that graph is going to look slightly different. However, it is a good visual representation of that tail end of the epi curve there. After between September and October, we are seeing a slight increase in cases. However, one new metric we're looking at is the average of cases per week of the last 3 years. And we are below that. So we are still below what we saw last year and the year prior as far as COVID-19 cases per week. Next, please. For influenza, for everybody to be situated, we are at the very tail end of the 2022-2023 season. Next time we present on this on the next monthly update, you will see the very beginning of our 2023-2024 flu season. However, overall, as a snapshot for the entire year, we have seen here in Pima County a little bit over 4,000 cases, and we can see the flu season was about 1.5 times higher as compared to what the average is in the last 5 years. Majority of cases do continue to affect age groups 5 to 18 years old, and this is consistent with what we usually see for flu cases. For this week 38, which is the last the very tail end of the graph that I have here on the screen, we only had 14 cases. We are seeing a slight uptick, but it's barely above. It's a slight uptick from the week before, which was week 37, from 5 to 14 cases. However, it does look quite a bit higher as compared to the 5-year average count, which is two cases. But nothing too concerning on that end. Next slide, please. For RSV, we are also at the very tail end of the 2022-2023 season. Our RSV curve and number of cases that we had here in Pima County for this season that is ending was almost 3 times higher to what we usually see as a 5-year average. And what we also saw is that about 32% of cases that were affected are those 1 to 4 year old, which is technically the second most cases that we see. Usually what we see is most cases below 1 year old, but this was a little bit atypical this current season that is ending. We are also seeing a little bit higher of cases as compared to I'm sorry. I'm thinking of flu again. We are seeing a slight decrease as compared to the 5-year average and also from the prior week. So we went from 15 cases on week 37 to 12 cases on week 38. But overall, if you look at that trend, the pink at the very end of that graph, we are seeing a slight uptick. We'll see what the next couple of weeks bring. For the state of Arizona, is a little bit different than what it is for Pima County specifically. In the for the entire state, we are seeing a sustained 3-week at least increase in RSV. So that is something we know is beginning to circulate. Next slide, please. These are additional resources I will bring to your attention for probably under resources for schools. There is a PPE request kit. We are currently experiencing from our FEP team a little bit of a broken link there. So if you are trying to use it, please reach out to EPI, please reach out to school support team, and we'll try to help you out if you're trying to request PPE as needed. Next, please. And if anybody ever needs to get a hold of epidemiology, you have here our outbreak reporting portal or our email or our phone number or fax. Just let us know how we can assist. Next.
I believe that was the last slide.
Thank you. I can take questions now if there's any, or at the very end, whichever one.
Okay.
Thank you, Christopher.
Of course, thank you. And then we can go ahead and move on. So we have a presentation of the Healthy School Initiatives by our Tobacco and Chronic Disease Prevention Unit. Is anyone able
Hello.
to, are you able to unmute?
Hello, good afternoon. Yes. Hi, my name is Angela Montiel. I'm the program coordinator for the Tobacco and Chronic Disease Prevention Unit. And today we're going to talk about our Healthy School Initiative. Go ahead. All right. So our Healthy School Initiative started about, it was formerly known as the Coordinated Health. And we did a lot of other healthy, like nutrition and other exercise, all of those things. But 2 years ago, we started our Healthy School Initiative, which was focusing on tobacco prevention. Okay, you can go ahead and click it. So I guess the words are not coming out. So click on the slide.
Are they not coming through? Hold on,
I
give
don't
me,
see them.
I
Bullet
apologize.
points.
Give me 1 second. I apologize for
That's
these
okay.
technical difficulties.
So Healthy Schools initiatives, we recruit public school teachers. We do pay them a stipend. Initially, we were paying them $1,000 stipends for talking about tobacco prevention. It has been increased to another 1,000, so a total of 2,000 for the 2023-2024 school year. In May, we sent out flyers to our principals within Pima County, asking principals if they would like to appoint someone to represent their school for the Healthy School Initiative. And so those went out in May. However, a lot of the teachers hold on. Was this light up? No. Oh. So the goal of the Healthy School Initiative is to prevent the initiation of tobacco use, including the emerging products of the use of electronic cigarettes among youth and young adults. The Pima County Health Department Tobacco and Chronic Disease staff provides training, technical assistance, research resources, and general program assistance. We have many teachers who have accepted the task of doing on top of their regular classroom, they are doing the program. We try to make it as easy as possible for them, we come in, we do the training with the student class or leadership group, student councils. A lot of them are not teachers, they're counselors or they're wellness coordinators or wellness staff. And so these are the requirements you see up in the screen. So number one is to complete and implement a tobacco prevention and education action plan. This has a total of 6 strategies and supplemental wellness components. The second requirement is for coordinators to complete 2 American Lung Association certifications. And the first one is Tobacco Basics, which is a free 1-hour online training module. And at the end of the modules, when you complete this training, you'll receive a certificate. The certificate does not expire. And B, Asthma Basics. It's also free 1-hour online training modules. This is the link. If you would like to take these training modules, here's the link for you to, if you would like to do that. You do not have to be part of the program to do this. I will put it on the chat if you want to take a look at that. And so it's just great information to have. But these are required if you would like to be in the Healthy School Initiative. And go ahead and click it. And the third requirement is to identify a minimum of 5 tobacco prevention action plan strategies in addition to the required trainings. 6, so it's a total of 6. And also to attend 2 virtual tobacco prevention education trainings that we provide. Our staff provides. We've already completed. So the first one would be the orientation, and that would be the first one. And then you would have a second one coming up in the fall, at the end of October. And the 5th one is to check in with your district or school lead and Pima County Health Department lead monthly. And so we would submit a report on our tracking portal. And that's it. This is, oh, go ahead. I just wanted to talk about 2 strategies that are most popular with our schools. Currently we have about 30 schools enrolled in our Healthy School Initiative. And the second strategy is to convene a new or existing student leadership group or classroom to receive tobacco vape prevention education from the Pima County Health Department tobacco prevention staff. And we would come in and we would train the student leadership to essentially do peer-to-peer. So number 3 is the teacher will collaborate with the student leadership or classroom group to do peer-to-peer education. And this is talking to other youth about the harms and that commercial tobacco can have on our bodies, on us. Okay, go ahead. The fourth popular and fifth strategies are popular among the schools because we provide tobacco signages, and it's just to promote tobacco and vape-free school, adding it to a student handbook or a school planner, a newsletter, or a monthly calendar. I know that a lot of schools use like Class Dojo and other apps. So just saying tobacco and vape-free school is something to promote it, and that's all that the teachers would have to do in order to fulfill this strategy. The fifth strategy is to refresh tobacco-free signs that include vaping on school campuses. And here you see examples that we provide metal signs, both in English and in Spanish. As you can see there, I don't know if you can see, but it has our Pima County Health Department logo, the school logo, and the Pima County Superintendent's Office logo there on the bottom. Schools will also receive these little like plings for the windows. As you can see, there's a picture of one of the teachers took there that of the signs that they have on there. These are the old signs, but the new signs will look more like the ones you see there that have smoke-free, and it will include vape. This one right here is a little outdated. It does include vaping in the wording. Okay, go ahead. And so as a tobacco team, we provide technical assistance, provide the teachers with the prevention materials, activities, through different through the American Lung Association or through CATCH, which I'll go over and do. We also attend community events with teachers around public schools to connect with families and make referrals to tobacco control and other health resources. And we offer display items that teachers can check out, like the smoker's lung or smoker's foot, or things that they can use for tabling and doing peer-to-peer education in their schools. And we use from the Arizona Department of Health and Human Services through the Facts Over Flavor campaign. We have little 30-second videos. This is an example of a video. So you probably can't hear it, but these visuals are very quick. But these are some visuals that they can use on their social media, just to or on social media pages for the schools or in the peer-to-peer education. And it just shows how the tobacco companies are aggressively advertising to promote the products, also ways to conceal the products, because of course it is you do have to be 21 in order to purchase any vaping products. Go ahead and go. The next slide. These are some of the things that we first day of school, we always get calls of things that the teachers have confiscated. Teachers have shown me drawers of vapes that they have confiscated. These are some of the ways that the tobacco companies have, ways that can conceal it. So if the hip hoodie that you see there, it is a vaping device. The little the drawstring, the iWatch, it looks like a watch, but it's actually a vaping device. Toys like Game Boys. Those are also, one is a Beast electronic cigarette and the other one is a toy. highlighters, backpacks. So these are products that are out there that teachers are. We make teachers. We not make them, but we bring awareness to. We do professional developments to bring awareness of all these devices that are out there. I'll go ahead and click it. And so we have some prevention intervention for nicotine dependence called In-Depth, which is Education, Prevention, Tobacco, and Health. This is an alternative to suspension or citation, focusing on nicotine addiction and healthy alternatives. Yes, you can have practice. NOT, which is Not on Tobacco, which is a vaping education tobacco cessation program for youth ages 14 to 19 who want to quit. And these are offered as a self-paced online version. If your school does not have a policy, they don't have anyone to facilitate these groups, there are online alternatives. And Catch My Breath, which has been very, I have used Catch My Breath for a very long time. Catch actually, so for nutrition or health education. But now they, as of 2018, they included Catch My Breath, which focuses on nicotine vaping prevention. It's designed for teens to learn refusal skills, to discover the health hazards of vaping. And this is targets ages 10 to 18. And so anyone can sign up for Catch. They do have a dashboard which gives you, nutrition or oral health, and also Catch My Breath is unique, has a lot of curriculum that you can use to do little presentations, or it even gives you a whole outline and how many minutes it will take and activities that you can print out. And so Healthy School Initiative is a holistic approach to tobacco prevention and awareness, in addition to tobacco-free policy, including support for physical activity, nutrition, education, bullying prevention, and improving school health services. If you would like more information about our Healthy School Initiative, or if you would like to become a Healthy School Initiative Wellness Coordinator, please contact us. We are still accepting. So it's one coordinator per school, and currently we have about 30 schools. So if your school is not represented, we're more than happy to give you the information and try to enroll you into this program. So that's it. So yes, so if you would like to know more information about our Vape-Free School Initiative, please contact us, myself or Brian Dennis. I think he's on here. Are you on here, Brian?
I am here. You want me to just put my email in there, Angela?
Yes, please.
Certainly. Just a second.
And you do get an incentive. This incentive would go directly to you, not to the school. So you would be enrolling as our vendor. And so you would need your own vendor number and so on, but we can explain all of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angela. I really do appreciate it. So at this time, if there's any questions, please put them in the chat for either myself, Crystal, or Angela. will try my best to answer on behalf of epidemiology. I know they had to leave for another meeting that they're presenting at. And if there is any other questions, you're more than welcome to leave or stay on. I will be on for the next 10 minutes, but besides that, that is our presentation. Of course, And also to a copy of the presentation, a recording of the presentation and the slides will be available in our next school newsletter, which will be coming out this Monday. So Angela, Brian, we got a question in the chat. Is the program
Yes.
only for public schools?
It is
No,
not.
it's for, no, go ahead then, Mr. Mr. Brian.
Yeah, we would be more than happy, charter schools, private schools, so let us know. But definitely email me and we can get you more information about the program if you're interested.
Yes, we can get those. We do have a tobacco and vape presentation where we have all the devices from first generation all the way to the most popular now. So that's included in our vape tobacco and vape presentations.
Seeing no other questions, I think we can go ahead and end this call. Thank you so much for all the presenters and your programs. We really do appreciate you. And thank you for everyone who took the time out of their day to be on this call. Our next call will be on September 1st, or excuse me, not September, November 1st. But thank you so much. And I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday and a great weekend.